We're weeks away from D23, and we have some hopes and predictions we want to share with you.
Now, if you're new to our channel, I'm Michael,
And I'm Mitchell.
and we are with Magical Keys Vacations, your favorite travel agents. And if you missed our video last week talking about D23, make sure you check that out. Now, if you checked out our last video, you know that the D23 are going to have the bigger panels during the evenings. So we're excited because this is going to be our first time this year to be able to go to those big kind of panels, which will represent the entertainment that's going to be happening with Disney, and then also stuff that has to do with the parks internationally and locally as well. But today we're going to talk about our hopes and predictions regarding the entertainment that could be coming and also what could be coming at the parks. Now, I know for me already, because entertainment's going to be one of the first panels that are going to be happening on Friday, I hope we see a lot of previews or even see casts that have not been announced for any of the future movies regarding with Marvel, Disney, Star Wars, and other things like that. So I hope that maybe we'll get a special clip of Moana 2 or even the live action with The Rock and see something cool like that coming. And also things with like Thunderbolts, seeing extra clips from that, maybe even meet the cast. What If for season 3. What else is going to be coming? Toy Story 5, cool clips from there, or even extra cast, like I keep saying. I'm excited to see special things that people have not seen yet.
Yeah, that's a lot of really exciting stuff that, is coming to the entertainment part of Disney and Marvel. Um, it'd be really nice to also see maybe some of the shows they're working on, like Hercules the Musical.
Mm,
It looks like reading kind of the overview of the entertainment and the parks that they are going to be focused on, presenting it as more of a like musical, fun, entertainment style. So maybe we will see some of these live actions or again like Hercules the Musical or anything that they might be working on, little clips, or maybe we'll even get a glimpse of new entertainment coming to the parks.
right?
And speaking of parks, let's jump over to that because that's what I'm really excited for. So let's jump over to Walt Disney World to start. Now, over at Epcot, we've already seen a couple things new pop up, like the Communicore and the Communa Hall, as well as the Encanto show that's coming there this summer, and how they're going to be doing different shows throughout the year.
Yeah.
Now, do we think anything new is going to be coming to Epcot soon? Well, we do know Test Track is getting a makeover, which we're excited about. Test Track is cool, but it definitely needs something a little bit more, I guess, in line with Epcot,
Yeah.
especially that like futuristic feel. So excited to see what they do with that. So I think there will be a couple things announced about refurbishments, or we could even maybe see another country or just little additives here and there. But I don't really see a whole lot happening at Epcot. Maybe they'll announce a new show.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they'll bring back Mary Poppins again. We don't know. There was in talks before, but
Yeah.
it didn't happen.
So we'll see about that. But let's jump over to some of the other parks that are getting quite the big of chatter. So let's jump over to Animal Kingdom. So we know there's a lot going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Dino Land is leaving us, sadly,
Fine.
but we are going to get Tropical Americas, which kind of encases a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
So we're expecting some Indiana Jones, possibly some Encanto, and even some Coco. Now, the interesting thing about that is during the D23 2 years ago, they did Blue Sky with past Big Thunder being Coco,
Mm-hmm.
Encanto, and I think there was something else. But it looks like that might be going to Animal Kingdom. So I'm curious if we're going to get that same thing over there or if it's going to be something completely different at Animal Kingdom.
They also announced that It's Tough to Be a Bug is going away and that a new show is going to be there and it's going to be Zootopia focus. So we're excited that we might have something Zootopia in our parks here in the States.
For sure. And while I love It's Tough to Be a Bug,
Yeah.
it's pretty scary for little kids.
It's scary now. Ugh.
So, I mean, the little like ants running around and the
Right?
creatures coming from the
Grasshoppers
ceiling.
flying in your face.
So, the
No.
Zootopia ride or attraction rather
Yeah.
is definitely going to be, I think, a hit with everybody. But we would like to kind of know when they're going to start that, especially with Dinoland disappearing.
Yeah,
So it's going to be a lot of construction going on at the same time. And it'd be nice to know if maybe we're even going to get more of an additive from Zootopia, since they just added it at the overseas parks.
yeah,
They already have that technology, and we got to see a little bit of it during the D23 last time.
yeah.
So maybe they'll incorporate that into the parks as well.
Let's hope.
So looking back at the Dinoland area where Tropical Americas will be replacing it, um, we have Dinosaur, which is a really great ride. Also, it can be kind of scary. Um, it's probably going to be the ride that's transformed into an Indiana Jones ride. I don't think it'll be identical to the one we have at Disneyland, but it would be really nice to have that IP there.
Yeah, because the only Indiana Jones that we have is in Hollywood Studios, and it's just like a live action show putting on. So a ride would be amazing to have here in or in Disney World.
Mhm. And it's going to take away a lot of the kids' play area as
Mm,
well. So maybe even
true.
having an Indiana Jones exploration type deal, like a dig,
Mm,
which could also be very correlative to what we have with Dinoland right now.
yeah,
Also, if they brought Encanto over or Coco, I feel like there's a lot of interaction that you can do with kids and adults that is going to be friendly to families and kind of spread out the crowds in the park while keeping it very entertaining.
very true.
So during the parks panel, we do expect to get a little bit more information about that. We have seen some of the concept art and the drawings, and we've got a little bit of information. But at this point, they kind of just need to let us know kind of what's going on or grow
Yeah,
into bigger details.
finalization of what their ideas are finally.
And I think that's going to be something with this D23 that we didn't get last one. Last time, again, it was 2 years after the pandemic. So we got a lot of,
Blue
we
sky
have,
ideas.
yeah,
Yeah,
blue sky here, maybe this here. But they kind of have to be digging in and giving us a lot of information, especially with Epic Universe around the corner coming down the street from Disney.
yeah, and that's already huge.
Yeah.
So they got to do something just as huge to pull people back to Disney.
So that's, we're going to guess the majority of what's going to happen at Animal Kingdom. Let's take a quick step over to Hollywood Studios. Um, while they are doing some refurbishment there, we might see maybe some expansion around where the Little Mermaid show just went back in. We know
Mhm.
that area was kind of desolate for a little bit, so that would be nice to have that built up. And then with Pixar like becoming so big in the industry, we'd love to see, maybe some Inside Out going in there since Joy has
Mm,
now moved over there for meet and greets.
yeah.
So if anything, we might see a little bit of expansion there. There's always rumors of Rock and Roller Coaster getting a reskin or something coming up with that, but they just refurbished it, so I don't really see that happening. And of course, we would always love Muppets to get an expansion.
For sure.
So, but we don't know if that'll happen. But
These are our hopes
yeah,
and dreams.
hopes and dreams, but maybe not a lot going on at Hollywood Studios, but possibly
Right.
one of those.
We could be surprised. Who knows?
All right, so let's jump over to the Magic Kingdom
The big one.
because this is probably where I'm going to guess the very end of the show is going to discuss this. So we already know Beyond the Big Thunder, that's where this expansion is going to be going. And they did mention Coco and Encanto last time, but if they're talking about that with Tropical Americas, what could be going back there?
A lot of fans like us are really hoping, which I don't think could happen, but we really hope they hear us, that it will be a villains area. If they don't want to do a villains area, they can do Descendants.
Mhm.
So it's still like villain esque, but there's a broader range to do it for it.
Yeah, that is really a hope, but I'm pretty sure that's like a 5% chance that's going to
Yeah,
happen. For some reason, Disney doesn't want to like go that direction.
yeah.
I
Which is
think it,
unfortunate. I think it would be great.
yeah, I think it would be great. And especially if they did do the Descendants type deal, or we even talked about doing like a Fantasia.
Oh,
But I think they're afraid of pushing that scary factor a little too much, which we get.
which is why I think Descendants would be a good mix of
Mhm.
still evil but still fun at the same time.
Yeah. So We're guessing that we'll get a little bit more information about that, whether they're planning to put a new land back there, or even just the idea of what it is. I think we'll get something.
Mm,
There's also been apparently patents made for a Moana ride, like a flume ride, a boat ride, that talks of it are going either in Magic Kingdom or Animal Kingdom. So that whole area behind Haunted Mansion could be a good spot for it. Um, I'm not really sure. But there is a patent out for it from our understanding and what we've been seeing. So that looks like it's pretty much in the works. But we don't really have any information on that. So maybe that's one of the things they'll pull out and show us some
the
solid,
goodies.
yeah, some solid concrete information.
That is legit and not blue sky anything.
And so, with all those blue skies promises last time, I think that blue sky concept might go away this time, and they're going to really narrow down what they're doing. And it would also be nice, jumping a little bit over to entertainment, is maybe a reskin or bringing back of like the electrical parade.
Ooh,
I would love to see that as the night parade. I got to see paint the night back in the day in Disneyland. So doing something like a mixture of the electrical parade and that at Disney World as a like new nighttime show would be really really nice.
yeah.
A lot of people like it. It just reads really well.
Yeah, I mean, they could also bring us new, different fireworks shows that could be happening at Magic Kingdom or even at any of the other parks that are there. So you
Yeah.
don't know what's going to happen.
So, but hopefully we'll find out more when we're at D23.
Yeah. Yay!
All right, so jumping over to Disneyland now, we've gotten some information about expansions going there. So they are expanding out with hopefully either a full new park or maybe some new lands. I think it is going to be a new park that's taking over like a big parking structure, parking lot. And we already know that they've talked about bringing Avatar over there based
Hmm.
on, I believe, the second movie. So Pandora is staying first movie over in Disney World,
Hmm.
getting the second part of Avatar over in Disneyland, and then bringing over some of the IPs from our international Disneys. So we know Frozen Land just open, Peter Pan, Rapunzel,
Tangled.
Tangled.
Tangled is Rapunzel.
Oh yeah, Tangled is Rapunzel. Um, Zootopia.
Hmm.
Did I say Frozen?
Yes.
Okay. So we have a lot of those that have just opened over there. So it would be really easy to bring one or two of those parks to Disneyland. Um, with Avatar, I think they'll discuss that. I think they'll give us one of the other parks that's coming over, and then they'll probably either dance around the other part or maybe give us an idea. So that's going to be my guess for Disneyland. It would also be nice to at least get one of those from the international parks over here, because not a lot of people are going to be able to ever get over there. So we would love to see it in the States as well.
Yeah. Let us know which one you think that should be coming over here. What do you want?
What do
You
I
would
want?
want Peter
I
Pan.
do want Peter
You would
Pan,
want Peter Pan. I think I would want a Frozen.
even though you have a Peter Pan shirt on.
Even though I have a Peter Pan shirt on at the moment. Touche. But I would think I would rather have Frozen at the moment.
So, no wrong choices.
Nope.
Just curious what you think.
Yeah.
Now, something we found interesting is during D23, and we know the Disney parks are doing refurbishment all the time, but during D23, the Pixar Fest has just ended. We're also having refurbishment on Winnie the Pooh.
Hmm.
Tiana's Bayou is still down, so that whole area of the park is gone. And I think there's a list of rides that are out. Haunted Mansion still isn't up, so hopefully we will get a secure date of when that's coming back. Um, they do say it'll be back by Halloween time.
For the holiday layover.
Mhm. So, but they haven't actually given an official date, and that's going to be if all of the new land area is open as well, or just the ride.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we'll get that while we're there. But if they're doing also that refurbishment, it could be a good time to put something over there as well. So
Ooh.
maybe we'll find out what that is while we're there.
Maybe.
Now, we're not really going to focus on the international parks today. We want to stick with just Disneyland and Walt Disney World. But rumors have it that there could be a Lion King area coming to Disneyland Paris. So I'm sure during D23 we'll get more information on that. and the international parks as well. We'll make sure to report back with you what we hear. We're just not going to report on it today because they just had a lot happen and we don't know them as well. Now, something that I think that they're gonna really focus on in D23 is the Disney Cruise Line.
Yeah.
So, if you haven't noticed, they are really packing these ships in and what's coming, and I think they see that it's working for them. So this would be a really smart move to spend a good chunk of this time on the Disney Cruise Line. Now, we already know coming at the end of the year, we have the Disney Treasure,
Hmm.
and then next year, we're getting the Disney Destiny,
Hmm.
which is going to be heroes and villains themed,
Amazing.
which we're super excited for.
Yeah.
And then they just announced the Disney Adventure that's going to be in Singapore.
Hmm. I think coming out 26.
Yeah, 2026.
Yeah.
So they have at least one ship coming out a year, and I'm gonna guess they're all probably going to be at the end of the year releases. Now, with those three ship expansions, we can only see Disney really expanding more ships and creating a larger fleet. So, I'm sure we're going to get more details on the Destiny and the Adventure, but I'm sure they're going to announce one or two more ships, or at least a kind of game plan over the next, 10 to 15 years.
Let's hope. That'd be cool. Travel around the world.
Hmm.
Like Mitchell said, we're super excited about the Destiny one with the heroes and villains. I know we've seen some clips about it with like Scar's going to be there, Cruella, and Hades, but maybe we'll hopefully get some other villains that are going to be involved on the ship. Maybe get some cool views of the rooms that could be happening. And maybe even with the treasure, maybe we'll get a special offer out to one person or a family in the audience that can go on the inaugural sailing for the treasure that's happening at the end of this year.
Speaking of that, don't forget that if you go to D23, you can enter the sweepstakes that's going on right now.
The fantastic prizes.
There is some great stuff on there.
Hmm.
So we've been entering almost every day,
Yeah,
but you have till August 11th. So make sure you check that out.
don't miss it.
Now, since they've already stated that they're going to be doing some musical numbers, having guests, making it more of a show for these events, we kind of talked about it earlier, but I think that we might see, like, if Hercules the musical is going on the Disney Destiny, which would make sense. Um, that would be fun. And again, maybe that's where we'll see a preview. So maybe we'll see little glimpses of like those shows as well.
I will say though, when I was younger, I think I went on a Disney Dream, and they did have a musical for the Hercules,
Hmm.
but it wasn't like main Hercules and all that. I think it was like how to put on a musical or something. I don't know. I don't remember. If you know what I'm talking about, put it in the comments. But I know I saw a Hercules show before on a Disney ship, but what he's talking about might be bigger, grander, and even cooler.
I just really want the muses singing.
Yeah, that's all we want. Now, those are our hopes and predictions for what could be happening at D23. But down below, let us know what you think is going to happen. And if you agree with any of our ideas or if you have a better idea, please let us know. Leave a comment, like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Now, I'm Michael,
And I'm Mitchell.
and we are with Magical Keys Vacations, and we just unlocked something cool. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.
Bye.